Good afternoon, folks. Fox It Outdoors here. It is the 22nd, I believe. Yep, it is Thursday the 22nd. It is, I forgot what time it was again. 3:45 p.m. I'm just out here doing a little bit of yard work. You can see my shadows getting a tad bit long. Look at that, stretchy. Straight arm, yet it looks curved. But anyways, sun's getting a little higher in the sky, which is super nice. It means this summer is just around the corner, or I should say spring. Been out here doing a little bit of yard work, maintenance. This is my whiskey barrel planter of mint. Hard to see because of the position of the sun, but I am currently destroying this. I've got about a 14-inch wide circle missing from that, which I moved over here to the new planter. I have this in patchy sections. I have little sectors and then a big patch in the middle. It's about 9-10 inches. Just added some seed start mix, technically, or some corn husk. I don't know what I mean, a coconut husk mixed for like seed starting, and about 6 pounds of earthworm castings. There's my castings right there. Got about half that bag. Just kind of mixed it in there with the soil that was already in there from last season. Just gave it about another inch, and then just have that right there. Won't sink too much farther than where it's at. That's already pretty dense, so got that going. Been out here raking, just drying out dead tomatoes from last season. Nothing's going on yet over there. Lost a blueberry plant. I'm out here trimming bushes. My thing went blurry. These are all my perennials. Getting everything started on, just to prove to you guys that I'm still pulling out carrots in freaking February. Look at this. No, carrots. And they're not big carrots, but they're carrots. I know I have a big one in here somewhere. Where the heck is it at? I saw it earlier. Oh, I think it was over here. Yeah, there we go. Little carrots, but still pulling them out. There's tons of them in here. Anywhere you see green is a carrot. Lots of green. Not all of them are developed. Very big. Like, here we go. There's a little one. Little ones may be small, but you know what? They are still edible. I got tons of these things in here. So there's another little short one. But yeah, just to prove that I'm still getting stuff out of my garden. So let me show you guys what's going to be happening this season. At some point, I have the new barrel, or the new planter. This is 1 by 2.5 by 6. That one will be going over here in the middle. I'm going to be ordering the second archway. They ordered me one, but it was the wrong kind, so we're going to do something entirely different with that. But I do have the second archway. I will be ordering that today or tomorrow. The main big planter is going to go here. This one's going to go over here, and this one's going to move somewhere else. So it's going to extend my garden probably in line to about the middle of this planter here, just straight down. Because that is 40 inches wide, or 42 inches wide. So I'm going to have 42 inches wide from the inside of this container to the inside of the next container, which will put it way over here. Was planning on putting some trees over here, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen for the moment. But plans change constantly, so you never know. Give me just a second, folks. I'm going to pause this here, and I will bring you back in just a brief moment when I'm on the other side of the yard. And we're back to the other side of the yard. I got onions growing in here. Are there other onions or garlic? I can't remember. I'm really honest. I think they were onions or shallots, one of the two. Same difference. One's just a smaller variety. I know that's garlic, I think. So the problem is I've lost the tag that originally went in there, so I have no idea what that is. Might be onions. I don't remember. I have this stuff in here. This actually shocked me. I took my covering off and I had 2 onions just randomly growing in here. And I've checked under everything else. There's nothing growing under there. I just got a couple of peppers. I don't know if these guys will actually make it. They sound pretty dead. And if they are, I'll just yank them and grow new ones. Nothing so far on the blackberry wall. Strawberries are strawberrying. And I'm getting ready to get this guy set up and gone. I just need to add another layer of a little bit of fertilizer to it, and this one will be good to go this season. In here I planted an acorn, which I know I don't show anybody any of the process of me doing stuff. Everybody just sees the aftermath, and I'm sorry, I do apologize. Sometimes I just get busy working and I forget to film, because it's easier just to get work done and sit here and stop every 20 minutes to try to film something. I have absolutely nothing in this planter, but it is ready to be planted in. This is the coconut husk seed start that I was talking about. Comes in a little brick, like a compressed brick. You just add water. Recommend warm water. It works a little better. I'm gonna go wash my hands off now in my water barrel. Then we have, so far I've got 5 of these new little barrels. These are the 16-inch. Actually, I'm going to show you guys right here. This is what they are. For those of you who are curious, this is the barrel that I bought. I do like them because they have these nice little grab handles. I almost said a cuss word, sorry. They do have these nice thick grab handles, and I do mean they are thick. They are pretty stout grab handles. Does have decent drainage at the bottom, and they are fairly good size holes. Are 3/4, I believe 3/4 of an inch, just a little bit over a half an inch. I have 5 of these. I'm starting to get these set and prepped for seeds. I mean, not seeds, my plants. I have 2 raspberry bushes that are going to be going in here, and they are the yellow or golden raspberries. So essentially, this is what I do to the bottom of these. So I just fill them up with about 2-3 inches, actually about 3 to 4 inches of this stuff here, which is the Vigoro wood mulch. I got a little bit too much in this one. Take some of this out and put it in the other container, but yeah, essentially I do that. Normally I throw a layer of leaves on there, like a good layer of leaves, and then I pile dirt on top of it, but at the moment my leaves are not in large quantities. They're scattered throughout the yard, and I don't have time to sit there and collect them all to do that. But that will be done within the next couple of days. I will most likely have that plant planted next week or by next week. As you can see, I've already got over here, this is my Garden Time mushroom compost. This is one of my favorite things to use. Actually, really good compost. Then my onions are growing. Other parts of my mixture that I use, there is another bag of earthworm castings. I have one in here. I have one in here. So I technically have 5 6-pound bags of earthworm castings. I have my Grow King manure. There's the other bags of mulch. And then I've been using this stuff, which me and Jason were talking about yesterday on his live. Let me get this swapped around. This is the Kellogg's All Natural Raised Bed and Potting Mix. I actually really like this stuff. It is really, really good, in my opinion. I'm not an expert on soil, but from what I've been using over the last 2 years, this stuff is actually really good. It's got a good blend of peat moss, fertilizer, light grainy material. Don't know what the exact ingredients are on here. I'm pretty sure they're listed, but I don't feel like reading all of this stuff. Yeah, dolomite, limestone, it looks like, gypsum, organic fertilizer, sphagnum moss, perlite, a little bit of perlite in there. There's not a lot, but really, really good soil. I like to mix a bag of that, a bag of the manure, and then over there, which you may or may not be able to see through the screen, the compost. I like to mix all 3 of them together, and it actually makes a really, really good, well-balanced, rich potting mix. And then that'll just go in here and fill it up, and I'll leave about 1 inch at the top and fill it with the rest of the bark so it has something to retain moisture. This guy over here, my super undying rosemary, which will probably get 3 times that big now, bigger than that by the end of the season, because it's in a much larger pot than it originally came in. So yeah, it's gonna take off. I'm hoping. So I'm looking to get some more seasoning off of this one this season. And then we have in here the standard greenhouse. I've got calcium drying, calcium drying, calcium drying. I got another one from work. That is a celery. These two survived. The other two that I had did not. They rotted out. But these two are doing real well. They also have little friends with them. As you can see, these long stringy things. Those are sunflowers. How they got in that dirt, I don't know. And I think that's my neighbor or not. I'm not 100% sure. Onions. This one's flopped over, which is really funny, and it's still growing. Seeds. Hilarious. Chives down there. More onions. Everything else is growing. My petunias are going crazy in here. What's that thing? God dang it, I forgot. Thyme. My thyme plant. That's the tray that's going for the 600 subscriber giveaway. And then, I mean, as you guys can see, everything in here is just absolutely going crazy. Although I did make the mistake, and I think I accidentally killed my bell pepper plant. I left it outside on a night where it got real cold. And I don't know if it's going to survive or not. We'll see. I've had it back in here for about 2 weeks now. And it's kind of struggling. I have my eggplants in the corner kind of struggling. That guy got dried out. Sorry guys, you can't see with the glare. I can't see squat. Got just everything in here just growing. Oh, by the way, these are my corns. Look at them, folks. My corns are doing fantastic. Nice set of roots on the bottom. Corn number 1. And corn number 2. Sorry, focus. There we go. These are going to be wicked nice to transplant here soon. It is going to be lovely. I have a rose from the rose, when we trimmed the roses the other day, I have a rose cutting in here, along with a tree branch from my all-purpose pecan tree. I'll see if I can get it to propagate, and then I have the one random onion back in the corner. We have over here, we have tons of little flowers that I'm hoping will turn into freaking, I think this was my Mexican lime, it looks like. Because that one over there is my lemon. That's the Mayor lemons. Hopefully I get 1 or 2 off of that this year. I've got a couple that looking like they're doing pretty good so far. I did have to take this plant out and spray it off. It was completely infested with bugs. Along with my potato plant over here. Potatoes. But I've got these guys. I took it out and I've been watering it every day now because it's getting warmer and it's going to need more liquids. Then there's that dead blueberry bush. I'm trying to see if I can't revive it. But we'll see what happens. There's that. And then my onions I pulled out because they're doing something funny. These are the 4 blueberries that I'm going to transplant, assuming they haven't died. Guys will also notice I no longer have them sitting over there. And I have all of this area cleaned up. I just got to work on denailing those boards and getting those put away so I can deal with using those at another time. But this is currently what my setup looks like. Should be fairly nice and even. I did have all my other planters over here, which we'll show you here in just a moment. Have now been moved over to this side. Still have nothing in that planter. Nothing in that one. I do know that I planted the rest of my hardneck in there, which has not popped up, but I do have 2 other things growing in there, which is weird. I didn't plant them in there because I redid that soil. And then I've just been watering everything over here. I'm letting this dry out this season. The plant that was in there before completely died. So now I'm just letting the soil dry so I can sift it and redo that bin. That one's already up and gone. Ready to go. I just need to plant and we're good on that one. Took some time to clean out my mint. It definitely needed it, but it is going to be coming back here very quickly. Mint is notoriously sturdy, very winter hardy, and essentially, unless that's buried under like 14 feet of snow, it's not going to die. I'm just waiting for it to come back. And then let me see if I can find it. I think it was on, not this one, but I do believe this one here had one. Don't know if you guys can see that little bit of green. That is 1 garlic. That is 1 hardneck garlic. Out of my test planter. My shoe is untied. I think there was nothing on this one. Well, that's weird. I swear I seen one popping out the other day. Nope, maybe not. This is going to be my hardneck seed planter start test planter. I don't know. I'm just going to plant a couple of seeds in there and see what happens. Sorry for the traffic noise. School is getting out soon, so it's going to get noisy. And then here's my other hardneck garlic. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me try to get a better angle. It is actually sticking out pretty decently. More carrots over here. Again, these ones are like super tiny. Most of them are coming out about that big. That's a dry carrot. That thing's been sitting here for like a week. But I'll pull one out just for you guys, just so you can see. Hard to get these things out. Oh, actually, look at that one. That's a long one. I was actually expecting it to be a short, fat one. But no, still pulling out carrots just to prove it. That's a carrot right there. Probably good, I don't know, 5-6 inches. Yeah, give or take. But still getting carrots. Still got my onions, and check this out. My regular garlic is taking off. This stuff is going nuts. You can see all of the green. All of the green. And I am super happy. I'm going to get a good amount of garlic out of it this year. I think I actually have more garlic in this little square than I had in the entire planter last year, or last season. So super, super happy on that one. Super stoked, super excited. And looking forward to hopefully getting some larger garlic this season. I might actually consider at some point in the next month or so actually trimming the tops off just a little bit to see if I can't send more of the nutrients and energy to growing the bulb bigger. Aside from that, I don't really know how to get them much bigger, because again, I have like at this point it's about a 5 to 6 inch layer of hay on top of it. And then my trees, probably the most perfect tree I've actually ever seen grow. That's not a pine tree, except for the one side over here that just kind of was in the shade. Aside from that, folks, I think that's pretty much it. I just got to get that bed ready for planting. I've pretty much figured out what I'm going to plant in there. I'm going to do peppers. I think probably potatoes in the middle, and then maybe some corn on the side. We'll see. That's more or less my plan. We'll see if that actually happens and I actually manage to stick to it and not be lazy. But yeah, aside from that, there's nothing else I've got to show you guys. Everything else is pretty much going to be kind of by the seat of my pants as I go throughout the season. Yeah, aside from that, if you guys got any questions, comments, or concerns, throw them down in the comment section below once this is out. Other than that, share, subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, let the YouTube algorithm know that you guys enjoy watching my content. And I will definitely see you all, folks, on the next one. This is going to be Foxit Outdoors signing off. Y'all have a wonderful weekend.